Well, here we are. Doing it again.
We're almost there, though.
God, that's right. Wait, why is it saying you're offline? That's weird.
Should be online now.
Oh, you are, but for some reason, hold on. Twitch is being a chungus.
Wait a minute. Oh, that's me. Oh, shoot.
There we go. No, wait. Yes? No, I don't know. Whatever.
Host Fuzzbutt Farm.
Oh, what's that?
Fuzzbutt Farm remembers.
Stardew Valley. Hey, Discord, where'd you go? Oh, I'm showing in there. Okay.
Where did it come from?
Stardew, what are you Stardewing?
Stardewing at...
Okay, I'm gonna have to exit and relaunch Stardew.
Oh, no.
Let's try this again.
I found it very cool, though, that Rick tweeted the Dungeons and Dragons Capcom fighting game. What was it called again?
Shadows over Mystara.
Yes, I actually have that. I only played it for about an hour, but not because I didn't like it. I didn't have anybody to play it with.
There we go.
It's a very fun game.
Yes.
I like the game.
You're gonna laugh, but the reason I actually really like the game is not because of all the cool monsters, but because I liked a fighting game that uses swords, clubs, and axes. That was really the real reason I got into it.
That's a pretty good reason.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
And back then, there wasn't really many fighting games that or side-scrolling fighting games with swords, axes, and stuff like that.
I need to restart Steam. Hold on.
No.
Everybody has to restart everything.
Closest thing I got to that.
Exit Steam, please. I hate that thing where you close out of a program, but it's still running because they don't want you to close it.
That's what I have Task Manager for.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, but you shouldn't have to go to Task Manager.
No, of course you shouldn't.
No.
But I just know better to have Task Manager open all the time. Hey, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to restart Stardew Valley. It's not giving me a co-op code option.
That's what happened to me when I launched it. Hey, Jonas, why don't you restart Stardew Valley too?
Okay. No.
That's probably going to happen to me.
It'll be a pretty good feat seeing as I don't have it. Apparently, Kingdom Hearts is getting a PC port, but it's not on Steam.
Actually,
that's a weird decision.
I don't know.
It's apparently the musical one that they came out recently too. So it's not like you're getting like the actual Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, and 3.
Right.
You're getting just the musical version.
The musical
oh, I
version.
mean, also the Ratchet and Clank game that everyone's freaking out over is only on PS5. There's going to be no PC port apparently, or at least not one that's been announced.
I mean,
it's
I
always
don't know why
PlayStation exclusive. So
I don't know why anyone is surprised at that.
Yeah.
I would have been shocked if it had not been that.
Wait, hasn't there been ports of Ratchet and Clank?
I think there was like a collection thing, but it was like, a decade after the first or second game came out.
Maybe, but it's always been a PlayStation exclusive.
In there?
Like 30 seconds.
Jeez.
Yeah,
I just happened to look at the stream. I'm like, why is there activity? Why is Rick's person running around? I'm like, oh shit, the game started.
I am very, very excited for that game, even though I will never get to play it because I will never own a PS5.
I'll own a PS5 at some point.
Unfortunately, I said I stopped buying PlayStations as well, unfortunately, because pretty much most of the games on the PlayStation are going to be on PC anyway.
That's fair. That's fair and valid.
That's
like
fair.
Kitty salad.
Mm-hmm.
I saw the official box cover art.
She's
for
like
it
right
earlier.
on the box, isn't she?
Yes,
Yeah.
she's basically half the cover, and I am so excited about it.
Dang, I want to know more about her.
It's not letting me connect. What the hell's going on?
All I want to know.
Stoker managed to get in, so I didn't put in an incorrect code.
Yeah, I did manage to get in.
Yes, I'll try again.
I I want to
I
know.
love how
what the
everyone
final
is like freaking out over the female Lombax. I'm still impressed by the tech demo stuff that they did when they first announced it, where they were like, "We're doing double rendering. You can have you in multiple locations at once and simply apply whichever one you're like locally in."
I did not miss that. I really like that idea. I really can't wait to see how. I don't know how it works, like engine wise, but it's awesome. I like that idea. I really want to see it.
It's just straight up sorcery.
Yeah.
Basically. It's hard enough to get the one screen that you can look at to render at 60 frames a second. To get two of them? Ugh.
Yeah.
There's just particular reasons that I am excited about said character.
Yeah.
Whoops. And boom.
Knowing me, first thing I'll be saying, can you two date? If not, please tell me you're not related.
I mean, it just, at this point, it really feels like she's just like an alternate universe version.
Yeah, that's gonna be probably it, is that her name is Ratchet or something similar.
Well,
her name's gonna be like
I don't
Sprocket
know,
or something.
because her reaction to hearing his name is to say who. So it's a name she doesn't recognize.
Yeah, Sprocket, actually. That's not a bad guess.
Yeah, I thought I was like, her name's going to be like Sprocket or Wrench or something.
If her name is Wrench, I'm going to be disappointed.
What if her name is Gadget?
Then we're going to have ourselves a fandom war breakout.
Pick your gadget.
And then I'm going to be like, both is good. Wait. Send them both to my room, please.
Wait a minute, it's not pick your gadget, it's pick your gadgets.
See?
I was wondering if maybe her name is Rift. The title.
I mean, her name could be Rift.
I don't know. I just a guess. That's an uneducated guess.
Yeah, that's a bit like a weird one, but
I've heard of weirder names. Like,
yeah.
I knew there's one guy who
What
went
if her
by
name-
Jonas once. How weird is that?
What would you say if her name was Shift?
Sure, why not?
Sure.
Okay, we did.
I know it sounds weird, but
I mean, there are weirder things.
Shift
Again, I knew this
apart.
one guy, Jonas. Oof.
All right, look. Yeah, well, I knew this one guy who liked to name himself after like 19th century authors. I mean, what the hell? Okay.
How dare you come into my house with that? My house of Dracula. My international house of Dracula.
I had.
Really?
Hi hard. Hee hoo hee ha.
Do you serve the blood pancakes?
They serve the blood pancakes.
Blood pancake.
Those are a real thing.
Yep.
Oh no, they probably. I was like English, right?
They tried to do a thing where they made themselves like the International House of Blood Burgers, but it didn't quite work out.
Blood burgers.
For when you want them really, really rare.
Do 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 do.
What was that one friend of yours used to say about how rare he liked his meat? He wanted it still scared.
Yeah, still scared. So messed up.
What the fuck?
And technically, there is a term for even less cooked than rare. It's called blue.
Oh man, you know, it took me a long time to really warm up to like rare meat, like rare steaks. I used to prefer to do it really well done, and my brother was like, "No, you're murdering it." I'm like, "It's already dead, dude."
You're double murdering it, Jonas.
Yeah. But yeah, I got to the point, like I had to like really research it and make sure it was like there wasn't any like health risk there. Because
I mean, there's always a health risk in eating red meat.
Right, yeah, of course. But I meant like
I mean, there's a reason that steak tartare is a thing. I mean, it is very comparatively safe to eat raw beef in comparison to, like, say, raw pork or chicken.
I can't do steak tartare, but I've gotten to the point where,
No,
like,
I wouldn't either.
like I've gotten to the, what's the one where it's like there's like a medium amount of pink inside. I guess it would be like, I guess medium rare probably is about where my comfort zone.
Medium rare is what most people, culinarians, agree is like the perfect way to cook a steak.
Yeah.
Yeah, people love medium rare.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm one of them.
I had to learn to appreciate it, but I definitely appreciate it now. So, especially after doing Ramsey's steak recipe. Oh,
God.
Now I want to cook a nice steak.
oh man, you get a little, you get some like fresh garlic, cloves, some sage, and some butter.
Oh, you want to baste it with like an herb?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's the good stuff.
I haven't really done much cooking since I started working home, but I'm starting to think I want to get into some more cooking.
I almost never do. I mean, like, I really almost never do steak. Like every few months, maybe I'll do steak. But like, I love it.
I think I mentioned this before, but I'm a simpleton when it comes to cooking. It's just pancakes, eggs, sandwiches, and I'm probably gonna have to move out the pizza soon. But yeah,
First thing I ever learned to cook was scrambled eggs.
funny enough, it was pizza at
Oh,
home.
really? Nice.
And then I suddenly I asked my parents to help me cook eggs, and it was a lot easier. I'm laughing at that.
Okay, does this count?
I do some mean breakfast. Look, I will do some like.
That
I'll do
doesn't
like
count?
eggs.
That's dumb.
So should I be quiet while you guys are?
No,
studying?
I'm just
No.
I'm killing skeletons, and I wanted to know if the flying skulls counted towards the skeleton counter, and they don't.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's dumb.
What? The skulls don't count as skeletons. This is
No.
bone discrimination.
No, they're not a full skeleton.
They're ghosts.
How dare you judge who is and is a full skeleton?
If I took out one of my metatarsals, would you call it a skeleton?
Yes, I never met a tarsal that I didn't like.
Oh
would
my god.
Removing one of your mentors.
If I gave you a bone and broke it, and somehow you broke it in half, does that mean you killed a skeleton? No.
No,
Anyway.
and that's because skeletons are immortal.
If you slash at a Stalfos in Legend of Zelda, did you kill a skeleton? No, because it's undead. Duh.
Oh.
No. Sorry, I just got real.
Is that a
into it.
Blonic
Yeah.
reference?
Ooh.
Wait, was what the what now?
I asked if that was a Blonic reference.
I'm Blonic.
I don't know, and I'm scared. I don't
you
want to
mean
know.
Papa Nutritious?
You know,
No.
Man.
have you ever heard of Joe Graham?
Nope.
No.
Oh man. he's something.
He's
What?
something.
What?
I don't know.
Also, Jonas, at this point, we're kind of just waiting for some RNG to hit us. So, like, just feel free to talk
Oh,
about
that
anything.
reminds me. I should start another prediction.
Oh yeah.
God, please do not bet another 100,000 points.
I don't know. I mean, I got it. I kind of want to put it in there.
How do you have 100,000 points?
I got it from Boxer, and I feel horrible.
Also, can I just say that this time it was not me who said I got it. I kind of want to put it in there.
That's
Yeah,
right.
I did not.
All right, ladies and gentlemen of the chat, the prediction is up. Will the Root Crew 100% Stardew tonight?
Oh,
Vote now on your devices.
What will Cosgrove do? What will Cosgrove do? What will Cosgrove do?
Joker, you giant nerd.
He's gonna tie his shoe.
Yes.
So you say that, and I'm like,
Yes, it
what
is.
would Miranda Cosgrove do?
Go tie his shoe.
All right, I put a little bit on yes because I have faith in y'all. Don't
There's no faith. You have
Foolish-
faith in
foolish
orange
Jonas.
Jesus.
because I gotta have faith.
That's the kind of faith. You gotta have faith in that kind of thing sometimes.
I
eh?
gotta
Come
have
on.
faith. Baby.
All right. George Michael,
just like-
very good. I like it.
It's just like that the RNG when Vegeta got the ball in the lottery in Dragon Ball to fight Goku. God was like, I want these two to fight. Bam.
Yeah, and guess what? They didn't.
Yes, precisely.
Precise. Oh, okay. I didn't realize that was the point.
I'm sadly, I'm sad.
I'm also
sad.
sad.
You heard it here first, here, folks.
Yeah.
I'm sad. There's so many.
I hate it when my
in
salad
here.
cat weeps. Then I have to go out and buy another salad cat.
Yeah. But I'm better now. Thank you very much.
When my salad cat weeps. Wasn't that a Beatles song?
I don't think so.
What time is it?
Oh.
11 o'clock.
Both of your children are just standing here looking at me like they're ready to kill me.
Always.
Like always, yes.
Oak resin. Do your thing. At this point, I think I have over 500 oak resin.
Good.
These heavy tappers are amazing.
Yeah, they're literally twice as fast. Also, go ahead, JC.
I was a little worried though. They were going to be like 25% speed.
No, it literally says that they're twice as fast.
Good. I'm pleased.
I went back and watched those Twitch clips again from the last stream. One of the best things that has happened on this Stardew run. I might never get tired of watching those.
Yeah, it's pretty good watching those.
Yeah, there's a lot of fun to be had.
We have fun here.
Someone in chat is asking, what happens if you use a return scepter while inside your house?
You teleport
Just takes
to
you
your
to the front door.
It's so weird.
I figured that one out
Weird.
pretty
Your
quickly.
face is so weird.
Jonas,
All right. Well done.
technique has been used against you.
No, that's an acceptable use. I will allow it.
You just said it got used against you, not that it was unacceptable.
Okay.
It
I put in
stings.
a vote for yes tonight.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yes. A measly 10 tokens, but it's a bet. My pride is on the line.
My vote is for a resounding maybe.
Put in several
If
thousand.
you only voted 10 tokens on it, you might as well just toss them into a well and wished for it.
That's
Oh,
dope. Hell,
jeez. That's okay.
not even a magic
can-
well.
Yeah, you can make bigger bets than that. You can enter a custom amount.
Yes,
I know.
yes, you can.
Okay. Let's see.
Seems
I
like
assume I have
everyone-
to explain it because the UI for
No.
it is not very good and it's
No,
kind of hard to
It's
figure out.
not the most intuitive because it makes
Someone
you go click into the channel points.
Oh,
section.
holy moly. Wow. It just jumped up on both sides.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like 34K now, and then no is 9.8K.
I put
What kind
25
of
down.
timer did you put on the vote?
Oh yeah, Game Cover just put in 25,000 in yes.
Lord of mercy.
Well, this is Wednesday. Someone could
It
win
is.
right now.
Fiddlehead risotto. Nope.
I already know how to cook fiddlehead risotto. I've done it several
We
times.
know who doesn't know how to cook fiddlehead risotto, okay?
Oh. Ooh, 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 ooh,
Yes,
ooh,
GC, please make sure you are picking up these recipes.
Yes.
Lord of mercy.
The last thing we need is for this to keep going on ad infinitum.
Ad infinitum.
Yeah. Fiddlehead risotto. I got it.
Does it mean add iridium?
And iridium. That was quite a laugh there.
Funny
Don't
enough,
ask
it's
me to
actually
repeat it because I couldn't.
the laugh that I realized just the other day where I got it from. It was from Monster Rancher, Suezo.
Oh, God.
Patrick Swayze?
Patrick Swayze.
So
Sadly, no.
Patrick Warburton.
But when you feed him something he likes, he goes, hee.
Swayze was the eye thing, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You're the eye thing.
Yes, I am. I'm the two-eye thing. I'm the creature with
just one.
two eyes. Okay, fine, just one.
I don't know why, but I just really liked that laugh when he gave him something he liked.
It's a pretty good laugh. NGL.
TBH.
Whoa.
What was the name of the character that was like free bait? He was like a wolf thing with horns.
I mean,
Tiger. His name was Tiger.
Yes.
wait, why was
From
the same
Monster
tiger
Rancher?
thing before?
Yeah.
Yes.
I have no idea why it
don't-
was called Tiger. I assumed
Yeah,
That
it
was the
some-
name. Yes, that's the name of the species, but they named him Tiger.
But if he's the wolf thing,
Yeah, don't overthink it.
Joker
Don't-
brain hurt.
I'm
Whoops,
assuming it's
accidentally
some stupid translation thing.
Yes.
Hey, your
Golem-
star fruit is ready on the island. I accidentally picked one.
Okay.
Oh, it's like
Golem-
the. Oh my god, I saw a Spanish cover for Crash Bandicoot 4 today, and I couldn't stop laughing at it. Because I translated it back to English, and what it says is Carlos, the mole who spins.
Isn't that his name?
What was hilarious though,
Carlos.
I didn't
That
watch the
makes-
Monster cartoon much, but they had some top-notch voice actors playing the characters, and I was like, really? Like Brian Drummond played Tiger. Okay, I'm sorry, I forgot the rest, but they're all good actors.
And the rest.
So many good ones. I forgot them all.
Oh man. But they were good. I gotta look up their names again after this. Wow.
Oh, beat me to it. I was going to fulfill cave patrol myself.
I have been killing the skeletons.
Did you kill a skeleton of them?
I sure as heck did, Stoker. If you want to like join me anyway, you can. I go down to the lower levels and maybe try and get some more. I don't know what I'm doing.
You know what? What level are you on?
111.
111?
Yeah,
That's almost
because
112.
it is.
No, it's
All
not.
right, well, here I
112,
come
but
on
it's almost
110. All right, I'm on 111.
Samuel Vincent was Hare. Scott
I got
McNeil
stairs here already, Stoker.
was Swazo. Richard Newman and Doc Harris were Gollum. See
Huh.
here.
It was kind of like Ocean Group, basically.
Yeah.
Ocean Group.
Janice Jod was Mochi.
There's some diamonds here.
And finally, Saffron Henderson and Andrew Francis
Stairs
as
as well.
Genki.
Wait a minute.
I didn't.
Wasn't he in like he was one of the My Little Pony characters, right?
I think
Which
so.
one?
I feel like
Wait,
I
what
have
was their
this,
name
like-
again?
I have this Andrew Francis. I have this weird like when I look at a
Was he
unique-
Turek?
Was
He was shining armor.
3, 2,
was shining-
1, go.
So a kid from Monster Rancher was shining armor. That's
That's
Yes.
funny.
No, it's weird. I can remember unique names and credits really easily, but I forget where like I put my wallet. So
Well, that's because your wallet's location never goes scrolling by on credit list.
that's true. If it was, I would probably.
So he was shining armor, you said?
Apparently, yeah.
He
I'm
was.
looking at his CV here, and he's done a ton of anime too. He was in DBZ as Dende.
He was
Ah,
Dende?
did they?
Apparently,
My name is Dende.
yeah. He was in.
Say Dende one time and I'll revive you.
It's up here to the north, the stairs.
He was in Inuyasha. And,
Who was he in Inuyasha?
Heaton.
Radioactive ore here, Stokier. And stairs, like there. 3, 2, 1, go.
No,
He was
but
in-
who was he in Inuyasha?
Heaton. Heighton. I don't know. I haven't watched a lot of.
He
Inuyasha.
did say that.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear it.
He was in Death Note. He was in.
Who was he in Death Note?
Let's see. Toho University student.
Was he the?
so
Was he
rando.
Death Note?
Yeah, he
Was
was.
he Cowboy Bebop at his computer?
Is this Death Note?
Was he Castlevania?
Was he Alucard? No.
Radioactive ore.
What if Zelda was a girl?
Wait a minute, Zelda is a girl.
Stoker, I hate to break it to you. Also, I went down some stairs by accident, apparently.
I don't think
You
Joe was
did.
a Stoker here at the time I called Link Zelda by accident. I said, that's like the gamer shame.
I saw the clip. So
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
Game or shame.
Yeah.
Lives on forever in internet fame.
Yes. It should be like one of those things. You should never call Link Zelda, otherwise your gamer license revoked.
Zelda needs her own game. Well, I guess Hyrule Warriors is sort of like you get to play it,
Close.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
close
the
to
Breath of
supposed
the
to
Wild
have,
saga is much
What
more
about
focused
what
around
about
Zelda.
the Wand of Gamelon?
Yeah, no, that's technically her game.
What about Zelda's Adventure?
Nope.
What about this? Is that a thing?
I will concede that Wand of Gamelon exists. The one you named does not.
I mean, technically, I guess it doesn't, considering it was never actually published.
I would love to see a game where Zelda has to rescue Link for once.
Yeah, that's Wand of Gamelon.
Excuse
Well, I mean,
me,
hey.
princess.
A non-shitty game.
Oh, keep dreaming.
Yeah, Nintendo's never gonna allow that.
Not she.
Your princess will not rescue the hero.
Your princess is in another castle.
What are you doing?
What was that?
You're from East Castle.
This is another weird little animation that Joe Grand did. That Stoker really likes.
I don't
Sounds
know.
like he's trying to do like an Ego Raptor voice.
Just Google Bowser was from his castle if you really want to see it. It's
Bowser was from East Castle.
Well, okay then.
Yeah, last year.
But then he died.
So
remember
remember
when
you're entertained by your insanity. At least somebody is.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I am an audience of one.
it's funny when he like gets giddy at his own jokes.
I mean, if you can entertain yourself, that's actually quite a good skill to have.
Stoker be like,
I do stand-up comedy for myself.
Oh, I have the ego of a maniac. I can entertain myself for eons. Oh,
The ego of a maniac. I've never heard that before.
that's such an anime kind of like.
I
I have the ego of a maniac.
I haven't gone to visit the Hat Mouse in a while.
Well, you've earned some new achievements since the last time, so
Exactly. Hence,
So treat yourself.
I'm going to go see what
Wizard.
the Hat House has to offer.
I'm just basically going around giving people gifts.
good.
I'm running out of ideas. Let's see here.
Brother Van, it appears you are correct. How about that?
Oh,
See,
yes.
there's good old cap, lucky bow, cool cap, bowler cap, or hat, sombrero, cowboy hat, butterfly bow, mouse ears, cat ears, tiara, Santa hat, earmuffs, tropiclip, hunter's cat, daisy, trucker hat, gnome's cap, southwest, official hat, eye patch, watermelon band,
Look
blue
at my trucker hat.
What a jinx. Need a read a beat.
Kokomo, chicken mask, cowpo cat, cowgal hat, goblin mask, straw hat, sailor's cap. That's all we've got so far.
It's a lot of hats.
Oh well.
You have to wear a lot of hats in your job.
You have to wear a lot of hats to wear all those hats.
Exactly.
Gotta wear a lot of hats to get out of those saps.
My neighbors are being noisy. Sorry about that.
How dare you?
Being nosy?
Noisy.
Ooh.
Like I can hear them walking around. Usually they're not too bad. But
Well,
they're-
tonight you're fired. Tell them to pack up, get out.
I need to get at some point,
Oh.
I need to get sound isolation stuff.
There is some more ore that I can process to clear out my inventory some. Very well.
Jonas, I feel like I already know the answer to this, but do you have a pet of some sort?
Do I have a pet of some sort?
Yes.
No, I don't.
I don't
Why
count.
not?
I would love to have like a snake or a lizard or something, but I'm the kind of person who like doesn't half-ass it when it comes to pets. Like I would have to like I really would want to like properly spoil it, give it a nice terrarium and a nice environment, heat controlled, etc. And I don't have the budget for that right now, so I don't want to put it in a crappy situation. That's
Totally understandable.
Yeah, like I would probably drop a couple hundred on that thing just to make sure it's comfortable. And I ain't got that spare right now.
So, do you like reptiles?
I do, and I'll tell you why. It's because I'm allergic to pretty much everything with fur.
That kind of does put a damper on things.
I would love to have like a dog or a cat, but my nose would hate me forever.
Yeah.
I was just wondering because I don't think I'd ever heard you say anything in terms of like you preferred reptiles or those are some of your favorite animals. So that was like news to me, I guess.
Probably my favorite would be a dog, but I mean, like, reptiles, they're low maintenance. They they don't shed. Well, they do.
They
shed.
don't.
They don't shed fur everywhere. And they're pretty chill, mostly, some of them.
What are your favorite reptiles then?
I'm partial to anoles, anals. I don't know how they're probably anoles. I guess.
ANOLES.
I'm just gonna throw that out there. That is probably not how it's spelled or pronounced.
Yeah, I like anoles, geckos, iguanas. I would love to have like a leopard gecko. They're really cute. I have a friend who has one.
If I had something like that, I don't know. I would want to get something like an axolotl.
Axolotls are pretty cute.
Cool. My mom used to have a pair of corn snakes, and those are pretty awesome. Although you have to feed them little baby mice, and that's depressing.
Yeah.
The nice thing about iguanas is their diet is vegetarian, so you don't have to feed them anything. Unfortunate,
right? And with geckos and all, you can feed them mealworms, which isn't quite so traumatizing as little baby mice.
No, the mealworms are disgusting. They deserve it.
Oh yeah.
That's just another one. Just another creature.
And I mean, if you're really fixed, if you're really in a fix for needing a quick snack of protein, I mean,
slimy and satisfying.
I need to see Iguana Jonas now.
Iguana Jonas.
That sounds like an alternate universe version of Indiana Jones.
Iguana Jonas. He wears a trilby.
What do you think that I see myself as a duck?
He wears a trilby and he gets out of tough situations with his cat of nine tails. I don't know.
That would be called DGC, Duck Game Cobra.
I've drawn my character as an Eastern dragon, although I haven't done that in a long time.
Oh shoot! I need to.
Funny thing is, I love dragons, but for some reason, I see myself as one.
Age.
I've drawn here.
Not because there's too much pride. And I'm loaded with pride, but I mean, not that kind of pride, like a dragon pride. I mean, anyway.
So there, I put my alternate Jonas's in the channel.
Okay.
Do you remember when you were doing that one promotion where you were drawing everybody as the wrong species?
That's right. And I did myself as like a crab or something.
And you did me as an anglerfish.
That's right.
Oh, but were you in a okay-looking anglerfish, or were you a disgusting-looking anglerfish?
I will give you 3 guesses what I requested.
Are there actually
absolute blood-curdling terrifying?
I can easily provide an image for everyone's edification.
You can't?
No, I can quite easily. It would not take me long to find that picture.
Yeah, why don't you do that? That'd be great.
All
I
right.
love Gucci
I will
fish.
do it right now.
By the way, Jonas, those look great.
Thanks.
I like how sturdy and fluffy Tanuki he looks.
Yeah, I don't think I'll ever be anything other than the species I've been for the last 24 years.
There you go.
Let's see. Yep, there we go. Ladies.
That is fantastic.
That is one of my favorites right there.
I really
Share it
should
with the chat so everyone else can partake in this goodness.
Did you ever end up making a decision on that scientist character?
Dr. Tea Leaf. I haven't done anything with her yet because life, but I will at some point.
Because I think the last thing we had discussed is you said you were thinking Tanuki.
Yeah, I drew her at one point. Let me find it. I just never I know I've got this somewhere. I'm choking on nothing.
What'd I tell you about nothing, man? There's nothing more dangerous.
Oh no! Actually, I drew her and it was kind of cute. There she is. This is not work safe, so I'm not going to link it in the Twitch chat, but you all get to see it.
I like how Red Panda Jonas is just in awe of Tanuki Jonas's floofiness.
How
It
is he
is kind
doing?
of the impression you get.
How does he do it? What is his secret?
What kind of food does he eat?
Like balls.
Fur oil. I don't know.
Straight out of the dryer.
Straight out of the dryer.
Yep.
That sounds dangerous.
I like to go on the tumble cycle.
That sounds real.
It was a Sonic Says telling you not to do that.
I always thought it was
First,
kind of funny
you
that they
say
had to devote
no.
an entire Sonic Says to telling kids not to get in the dryer.
It was the 90s version of eating Tide Pods.
I mean, I know it was a thing that kids
was
did. I mean,
fun.
my own parents told me not to do it, but
Yeah, kids want to crawl in tiny, cool spaces and try and fit in places they probably shouldn't.
so kids are basically cats.
I mean,
Yes.
you said it.
I mean, given that cats are basically small children, it stands to reason.
They're also
Cats-
curious
cats
and
are
spoiled, and they want to bang their head on you all the time because they think you'll get your attention.
That is just like a child.
My cat Zoe would be like, if I was on the computer, she would meow at me, pow at me, and then when that wasn't enough, she'd just jump right on the keyboard. Like she knew exactly what she was doing.
Cats are like that.
Candy Corn, the one I talk about, is the only one that knows how to push my buttons and get his treats. And my family's like, don't spoil him. I says, but he knows. He knows my sweet secrets.
When I was
Buttons. I thought you were gonna say he knew how to do something else.
No.
I have a dog who she knows how to open doors.
oh man,
Ooh.
Clever girl.
I know dogs that do that.
She once, while we and our neighbors were gone to, I think, see a movie or something a couple years ago, she opened our front door, walked over to their house, opened their front door, went to where their dogs are kept, opened their dogs' cage, and then just let all four of them wander around the neighborhood for like an hour.
This sounds like a made to DVD movie.
I was just thinking this is like a Disney special right here. Like, the dog walks up to the door, then you get the close up of just the paw, which is obviously fake, going chunk, with the handle.
Mhm. We actually, my parents replaced that front door a couple months ago, and one of the things they specifically asked for was a knob handle instead of a lever handle. So she
Yeah.
couldn't do that anymore.
My cat understands the concept of doorknobs and how they work, but because they're all round, she can't actually manipulate them.
That
She
must
kind
be
of paws at them.
That must be like the most frustrating thing.
Cats would take over the world if they weren't so lazy. Yeah, I said it.
What if they already have and we just don't know?
I mean,
it?
according to Love, Death, and Robots, all they need are opposable thumbs, and then they win.
I mean, they've kind of already won. Like, they get weighted on hand and foot.
That's why I was like, "Why? What makes you think this hasn't already happened?"
It's not cats rule the world, it's 2 lab mice.
Well, they're the ones who are trying to rule the world.
One is a genius, the other's insane.
But which one is which?
Yeah. And Larry.
And Larry. God. I still love that they were so bitter about the Elmira thing that in the theme song for Pinky, Elmira, and the Brain, they actually included the line, "It's what the network wants, why bother to complain?"
I'm pretty sure everybody knew that was
They were
forced.
so bitter.
Coerced.
Do any of you remember Road Rovers?
Yes.
Yes.
Of course we remember Road
course.
Rovers. You're talking to a bunch of furries.
Well, you'd be surprised at like how many of these have fallen into obscurity.
I watched the entire series again a couple of years ago. I got it off of the internet and everything.
So weird to watch now.
The internet?
The unspecified and untalked about internet.
You know, the internet.
Bad play. I've heard of it. A wretched hive of scum and villainy.
So how does Road Rovers hold up all these years later?
It's very stupid.
Oh,
Characters are still pretty hot, though. But
I mean, that's why it's remembered.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the important part, right?
I mean, I see stuff of Colleen like all the time
Oh, God.
online.
It would.
Stuff, eh?
What was that? 1995, 96.
Something like
How would I know?
So yeah, I would have been in my late teens, early 20s. Jesus.
so just the right age to be mindlessly drooling over.
Well, you know, I mean, hormones. God. I mean, part of it was that accent, you know. She
Just kind of British, wasn't she?
was kind of British.
It was a diverse set of accents on that show.
Yep. There was one who spoke German. There was one. Well, there was one with a German accent.
There was one who spoke Schwarzenegger. Let's just say what it is.
There was one who only spoke dog.
No, that's right. He did only speak dog.
Yeah,
Forgot about him.
I didn't get to watch the show much, but what we had over here, and no, I didn't say down here this time, but over here, we had Biker Meister Mars we watched a lot. And
yeah.
Oh, that'll have a
Proud of you,
similar
GC.
corrupting influence.
I knew one dude who was majorly into the biker mice.
Only thing I know about Biker Mice from Mars is that apparently there is a character in it named Stoker. Ask me how I know that one.
How do you know that one?
I don't know, just cultural osmosis.
I don't think there was. Let me double check.
There was a show that, in line with the whole TMNT Biker
Yes.
Vice thing, that
Mm-hmm.
I
Oh,
I
you
know
know what?
exists, but never saw it. Well, on was Street Sharks.
Oh,
Street Shark.
I
aware
did
that it
watch
should
a
exist,
little bit
but
of
it was
Street
never on
Sharks.
TV.
How was it, Rick?
I do not remember it at all.
Well, clearly it's time to revisit this forgotten classic.
The only thing I remember about the show is that they very visually show the transformation scene.
Oh, there was a transformation? They weren't just like that all the time?
No, they were humans.
Yep.
I'm just not aware
go
of
on
that.
just go on YouTube. It's real easy to find.
Hey, do any of you remember Samurai Pizza Cats?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
We hope you liked our show. It was the best that we could do. We thought you could do better, then we'd leave it up to you.
It was like Digimon level of like dub snark.
back then, we didn't even know
Given a
existed.
script, right?
Pretty much.
Either they weren't given a script or they just chose violence.
Didn't give a shit.
The story is, and I read about it. They were given the anime, but the problem was there was no dialogue, no script. They had to come up with all the stuff themselves. So yeah, it was pretty fun for them.
It was the Wild West when it came to dubbing. The same thing happened with Voltron. They had no script for it.
Stokes, what was the name of that one anime? Drop the donut, Serpico, or whatever.
Oh, you're talking about Ghost Stories.
Ghost Stories. If any of you have not seen the dub of Ghost Stories, do yourself.
I've seen like the highlight reel of it.
I've seen some highlight reels. I need to get around to watching the actual thing.
Amazing. Just wow.
One of the funniest things I like on Samurai Pizza is I still just like how I said about Digimon, they have a line in there. It was, and I found out it's because it's the same dub team, but they snuck in a funny episode where Polyester says, "Once I get that bag, I'm going to roost him for Gustus Gallards." And Leo says, "Gee, Polly," when she said it like that, she sounded kind of sexy.
What?
And I'm saying, really?
Wow.
I still remember when the Animaniacs did the Roadrunner freeze frame gag with Fifi LaFume and called her sexiest, skunkiest.
Oh. But yeah, I was very positive. I loved Samurai Pizza Cats when they started. When I found out the history of the show and their comedy and there was even clever references to like Paramount Pictures in that too. I liked, but they were really good at that.
I wonder if any of that's on YouTube.
Nope, nothing's on YouTube.
Yeah.
Sadly, one thing I got to say, this is funny, but Samurai Pizza Cats, most of the jokes flew over my head because I didn't understand how cartoons worked back then. I just thought this is a new type of show, but it was anime. I have to go watch it and see if I understand it all now.
Something about the way you said that really tickled my funny bone.
It's all about how you learn life, Stoker. It's good.
I remember when they called it Japanimation.
Oh, God. There were some people still clinging to that even in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Well, there was this one when Sci-Fi Channel premiered Project A-ko, the dub, in '94, I think. They had a trailer that was like, "Those who know call it anime, you'll call it intense." Anyway, go on. I'm sorry.
Like, some of the parents, when they watch Samurai Pizza Cats, is this that other turtle show?
That other turtle show.
And
There's like a million different turtle shows competing.
Yeah. I love this. It's funny.
They're about to do I don't know if it's on. I think it's on Netflix. They're going to do Usagi, and I've been a fan of that since I was a teenager, and I'm really curious. It actually work out. Stan is involved, so I trust him. But it's going to be interesting. Like, are any of you familiar with Usagi Yojimbo?
I know.
I only know it in that it was the sister series, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Well, it had its own existence as a comic, like independent of TMNT. But then Usagi was on TMNT in the 80s because it just was, Samurai Rabbit, Ninja Turtles. It's kind of, logical. But yeah. There's going to be Usagi Jimbo Netflix. Samurai Rabbit, The Usagi Chronicles. It is coming out. When's it coming out? Sometime this year, I guess. But
This year, next year, one of those years.
Yeah. But yeah, if you've never seen it, check it out. It's pretty cool. It's a great comic. Stan's art is really awesome. Stan Sakai. He's also a really nice guy.
You're a really nice guy.
Nope.
Oh, well. I'm only friends with nice people.
Oh well.
So that means you're friends with mice people too.
Mice is nice.
No, I've heard some things about mice people.
Oh.
Yeah, they're small. And their little noses twitch.
Unless they're bikers.
That's true. Well, their noses probably twitch too, if you look closely. And their pecs twitch.
That's true.
I was gonna say that was like that show was like leather daddy bait is what that show was.
And people just call it that other turtle show too.
And what about the Cowboys of Mesa?
Oh no!
I know of it. I never actually watched it when it was on.
Don't know.
Neither did I, but as long as we're going for obscure anthropomorphic animal shows that were blatantly trying to cash in on TMNT.
Yes.
What are you trying to say there, Stoker?
These shows were trying to cash in on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
No, there was a bunch of those. Like what else?
Okay, you know one that I do remember that I'm pretty sure nobody else could possibly remember? Barnyard Commandos.
Barnyard.
Wait, what was it called?
Barnyard Commandos.
That vaguely rings a bell.
The name sounds familiar.
I don't think I ever saw this.
See, I
This
know
looks
that
really weird.
most people didn't actually see it because it only aired 4 episodes and then was canceled.
Wow, must have been pretty quality.
I like the design.
No, I didn't see it.
That's amazing. What is this? Jesus.
Well, I swear I've heard the name before though.
Gosh,
Yeah,
now
I've
I'm
heard
just
the
trying to
name
think.
too. I feel like I
was the
saw-
ones.
Were there any
Sorry.
toys?
There
Yes.
were a lot of toys.
Yes, I'm looking at them right now.
I feel like that's it. I didn't see the show, but I saw the toys.
This has like powerful 90s energy.
Yeah.
The way this is animated reminds me of the Super Mario Brothers Super Show.
Yeah, it was very much along those lines. Extremely cheaply animated.
Have you ever watched the intro to the Super Mario Brothers Super Show in other languages? It's kind of amazing.
No.
The German one sounds really good, and the Italian one actually sounds bad.
German always sounds good.
But like the Italian one is some other song completely. It's weird.
Well, I'll have to look into that at some point.
Did I kill the conversation?
No, I sent my brain down a rabbit hole. Do you remember when we were looking up "Be Prepared" in a million different languages?
Oh shit! It's actually pretty fascinating because like, some of these languages like the cadence of the language doesn't mesh well with the cadence of the song, so it's really odd. We've heard it's a great example though, because it's like there's just so many different. What's the word? Not interpretations, but like some people in other countries went in a different direction with Scar.
Mhm.
You have to see it. Like just Google like multi-language Be Prepared. It's really fascinating.
Yeah, I do that quite a bit actually. Thank you.
Specifically, would be prepared.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's something about that one because it's a villain song, and villain songs are always more interesting in other languages. I don't know why, but
Well, that's
You know.
because villain songs are always more interesting in English.
you know, it's true. At least a good villain, at least, you know.
The funny thing is, I started doing that ever since Castlevania came on Netflix. I started watching key scenes in different languages. But yeah, it's mostly Disney stuff though. I even watched some of the stuff like Stitch on there, which was funny. But yeah, I've been doing that quite a bit. That's another one I'm going to add to my list actually.
Yeah, let me see if I can find it. I'll throw it in the channel.
I watched just recently. I did the ones for Avatar, and I loved how they nailed it in Japanese.
I'd be disappointed if they didn't.
Anime Zuko, come on.
He's amazing.
Here we go.
Was the Netflix Castlevania series any good?
Excellent.
It was incredible.
10
I quite enjoyed a goodly chunk of it. I want to see what they do in the next season.
Is there, 3 seasons right now?
Currently, yeah. The first season is more of a tease than it is an entire season.
A good tease, though.
The first season is like, oh, do you want more of this? Too bad. You have to wait.
Yeah. But they... Like, I love the setup in the first season, though, what happened with Grand Priest. I'm not even going to spoil it, but it was damn good. Second one, it pretty much got straight into Castlevania territory that I wanted. The third one, pretty much showed the series is going to last, if they do it right. But yeah, it shows a good future to keep it up.
I mean, I've never played any of the Castlevania games, so I don't know how much of a difference.
Dracula.
Dude.
Yes. That is a thing.
I think my one thing that I have is I don't know how I feel about how Alucard and that one guy's story ended in season 2.
I did my boy Alucard dirty.
Where they had those two things overlap in a certain way, and the context was, and the content itself was uncomfortable.
Wait, are you talking about season 3 or episode, or season 3 or season 2?
The most recent season, season 3.
Yes, that was weird.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm really curious now.
Yeah.
They went hard with the whole, like, we're going to have four scenes happening at once and just rotate through them every 20 seconds.
They did.
A whiplash going on there.
It was mighty ambitious.
Yeah.
You know, I really wish there had been an 80s or 90s Metroid series, like an Metroid animated series, because it would have been so bad. You know, like around the time they did like the American Darkstalkers series.
Oh, that's right. That does exist.
Can you imagine a little Metroid partner for Samus that was like Snarf level?
Snarf.
Yeah, Samus should have appeared in Captain N, but she never did.
Yeah, that was weird.
No, she did not.
Yeah, she appeared in the comics all the time.
Right, yeah. And I mean, you had Mother Brain.
Yeah, but I mean, did you really though?
You had a loose interpretation of Mother Brain. But yeah, I'm just picturing
20 rounds of the telephone game.
Yeah, right. I'm just picturing really like, now I will steal the Metroid. Just total like.
Did you guys ever see
the Velociraptor voice from
exactly.
Wars?
The Dinobot.
Yeah. Did you guys ever see the?
Yes.
Did you guys see the Metroid manga? Where it shows Samus's backstory with Ridley.
Was this an old one or a recent one?
Old one.
Old one. I probably have at some point.
Jeez, they didn't pull the stops on how creepy Ridley looked like in Samus's eyes when she was a kid. Oh, I can't. And the artwork on it was amazing.
Let's see, Metroid Z manga. That was 2003. Is that the one you're talking about?
No, let me see. I gotta find the name of it again. I forget the name of it. I thought it was just called Metroid. That's all it was. Let me see.
Was it in Nintendo Power?
No, it was like.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I think it's just simply called the Metroid manga. That's it.
Oh, okay.
Well, it basically goes into detail of Samus and Ridley's relationship and the space pirates. The first series book. The first game, I mean. But it was a manga. It was just simply called the Metroid manga, though. There's even a tropes on it if you want to check it out. But yes, I seen some of the pages on it, and I just said, "Wow, that is some They drew Ridley in that manga extremely well. I couldn't believe it.
No,
I still don't believe it.
90s Kraven would be like the fat thin partner. Like it would be like Kraven would be like, no, I don't want to go anywhere, really. I'm too busy eating snacks. You know, he's got this disgusting bag of like, you know, alien gobby things. And he's like, you're always eating snacks. Help me defeat Santa. You know, you can picture this, right? I mean,
Yes.
Yeah, Jonas, you're painting such a.
I mean, I did watch the Pac-Man cartoon, so I can picture that.
Oh man, the Pac-Man cartoon. We turned purple with panic. Man, talk about things that you forgot existed.
right. Oh, thank you, Timmy D.
What'd you say?
Timmy D linked the Metroid manga.
Oh, marvelous.
Oh.
It's the whole thing. Nice, clean scanlations, it looks like.
Just like Mom used to make.
Oh, cool.
Crazy. Is this the one you were talking about, GC?
I believe so. Yeah. Let me check. Yes, that's the one.
I have never seen this, I don't think. Wow, that's some serious Ridley.
Yes,
Oh.
Ridley, and this is like. They put a lot of detail in Ridley in the manga. I couldn't believe it. I think
Ridley
they were
mean man? Sorry.
They were definitely trying to make him scary.
Yeah, because I mean, in real life, he's not scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, in real life, he's the nicest guy you could ever meet.
He's got cartoony eyes and a big beak that. Well, he's got a
Well,
lot
Big
of
like
beak that just screams, let's be friends.
They made his when he first showed up. His purpleness is like more of a cute purple rather than a creepy purple. He had yellow eyes, sort of cartoony, and his long neck was screaming weakness. And so, yeah, like they didn't make this stuff look scary, in my opinion, when he first came out. Super Metroid made him a lot more scary, but then I saw the manga and I said, "Oh wow, that's the scary really I was looking for."
Well, I mean, there's only so much you can do when it's like low pick, you know, like sprites that are only like 2x4. You know, I mean, there's just not enough. You know,
Well,
this was a huge advancement.
they just got to put more detail. It was the key in Super Metroid. No, is they just put more detail into his body. Of course, that was the whole thing. Just let more detail, and they were doing really awesome with Super Metroid. But I was wondering, like, and I didn't know much. I still don't know much about art, but how they couldn't do it back in Nintendo days like they did it back in the Super Nintendo days. But like I say, different generations though.
Yeah, the original NES just didn't have a lot of like room for character design or anything. It was just very low res and very low memory compared to modern standards.
You ever play? Let me see, Deja Vu for Nintendo, or see, it was a mystery game. If I remember
Yeah, it was
what
a
it's called.
detective game, right? I remember seeing it. I don't think I played it.
They were very detailed in a good way. House mansion stuff. Rick is sleeping in the volcano tonight, guys.
Oh,
It happened.
Hello.
Yeah, I was gonna say who came in. I was waiting for a lull in the conversation, and then I forgot.
All right, we're all here. We gotta hit 100% tonight.
Abigail was like, "Why
Is
do you
Ray
smell
here?
burnt toast?"
Yeah.
Oh, I've missed you coming in, I guess.
We've been talking for a while.
I've kind of been spaced out because I don't really have much to do. I've just kind of been wandering and
Thinking about otters.
doing nothing.
Otter things. Otterly distracted.
Quite.
What's an otter sound effect? Like, is there like what's the equivalent of the Duke for an otter?
It's a squeak.
Squeaky.
It's just a squeak.
Squeak.
They are
If you're
very
familiar
sweet.
with tauntauns from Star Wars, that's the sound an otter makes.
That's canon.
Their sound is tauntaun.
Taunt.
Whoops, that's not what I meant to do.
Of course it was.
I do think we'll get to next Wednesday and have one more shot at this.
Oh, come on. I know you can do it. It's my Christmas wish. In February.
All right, Tiny Tim.
Okay.
Wow, Tiny Tim, you back to smoking a pack a day?
Oh shoot, I missed that. What did I miss?
I do it to cope.
Stoker being as witty as ever.
Ah, well.
Hello, Rick.
Uh,
Ooh, lots of flowers ready for me today.
All right, pumpkin horsey out there.
No, I didn't mean to summon my horse. Horse, get out of my flowers.
it's raining in the mainland and it's annoying.
Double raining all the way across the sky.
Oh my god.
Oh, wow, oh my god. Look at the rainbow. That guy died, apparently.
That sucks.
He wasn't allowed to do that. He did not have my permission. Go write a sternly worded letter to his editor.
Like,
How about you write it to, like, death?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your death.
Dear Deathery.
Dear Deathery.
That's the Death Factory, Deathery.
Is that like
Creamery.
I was going for Death Diary, but okay.
I thought you were going for Death Jeffrey. Like Death's actual name is Deathery.
Deathery?
Death Bethany. Deathany.
Deathleen.
Destiny.
Deathleen. Jolie.
What was the name of Death's daughter from
Discworld?
Discworld, yeah.
Susan, if
Susan.
I recall correctly.
Yes.
That's right.
If I recall incorrectly, it was Bob.
Bob. Yeah, I don't think so.
Jolene, Jolene.
Oh, wait, that's right. I'm getting all mixed up. I'm getting my who's it's mixed up with my...
DC avoided your boy.
I had to guess stars with him. Mm.
Excuses.
Excuses and maluses.
Exquasses molasses.
Putting crowled in the salad.
Not sure I like that.
Yeah, me either. I also just don't like salad, so.
Oh. He got me thinking about a crawfish salad, and that actually sounds pretty good.
Just salad.
I mean, I'm from Texas, but I don't think I've heard of crawfish salad.
I mean, you can make
don't think it's a
seafood
thing.
salad. I mean, you can make
Yeah.
seafood salad.
Well, sure, but I've never heard of specifically crawfish salad. And technically, I wouldn't call crawfish seafood either.
Oh no, I'm googling it.
I don't think it's a thing.
Shown this
What do you
many
mean
times.
crawfish isn't seafood?
It doesn't come from the
crustacean, isn't it?
sea.
Is it exactly? What are you talking about?
Apparently they do go
Where do you get
Technically,
your
very few
crawfish
things
from?
come from the sea. They come from the ocean. If we want to be pedantic about it.
Those are the same thing.
Are they not the same thing?
No, they're not.
The sea and the ocean are different.
Yes.
Stoker. I'm sorry, but well,
I mean, you know how there's only like 5 oceans?
Yeah, but I thought the rest were hiding.
Okay, I was wondering if he was just messing with us or not.
secret oceans.
Well, I mean, you do know there are those waters that are under the water.
Like the underwater rivers?
Yeah, like the underwater rivers and the underwater lakes and stuff.
Yeah.
Apparently, because of river inlets, crawfish can spawn as far as Missouri. It's kind of amazing. But But yeah, there's apparently a crawfish salad.
I mean, I didn't say it wasn't real.
Well, I mean, then it's like when someone says something like this, I'm like, I have to go. I have to go.
He has compulsions, okay?
I'm not a huge fan of the aroma of crawdads.
Yeah, me neither. I'm not a big seafood guy.
What about craw moms?
I absolutely love crawfish, and I love having them in like a traditional boil where you just have like 5-gallon drums of them and you just shovel them onto a table and everyone eats with their hands.
Nice.
Very-
And then
that
dooley
is
sausage
very
and some
traditional.
corn on the cob.
Just
That is how it's done.
Corn on the cob,
one minor
red
issue
potatoes.
with a crawfish boil is that they have a tendency to give you like minor cuts on your hands. So the more that you touch them, the more irritating it gets.
Just the price you pay. It's like if you want to eat corn on the cob, you're gonna get it stuck in your teeth.
Yep.
Think about the way the blood
Yeah.
is using the flavor.
I mean,
Corn
think of
on
how
the
the
cob
crawfish
time.
feel
No
being
teeth.
boiled alive.
Yeah, corn on the cob. I can attest. You do get a lot of stuff in your teeth.
I mean, it depends. Are we talking about dumping them straight into boiling water, or are we doing slowly turning up the heat on a frog sort of thing?
But
What?
You never heard that before? If you put a frog into a pot of boiling water, it will jump out. But if you put a frog into a pot of cold water and slowly turn up the heat, it will die before it realizes it's too hot.
That's
I've
amazing.
heard that.
I heard about that. I heard it was debunked.
Actually true.
Because what actually happened with that was they took out like the prefrontal cortex of the frog first.
Oh, we'll see. I mean, it's missing part of its brain. It's not going to make good decisions. Or any decisions.
That's
Oh,
creepy.
no.
Let's just lobotomize a frog and then eat it.
I mean, how many? I do have to ask. At what point in your life does "let's lobotomize a frog" turn into like just a thing that you would do?
I mean, probably if you're a neurologist.
I mean, you kind of have to ask yourself after a certain point: am I still a scientist, or have I tipped over into being a mad scientist?
You know,
I would say
It depends. Are you getting paid?
Is it something Dr. T would do?
Are you
Yeah,
jotting
hobbyist
things
surgeon.
down?
You know, my father, I remember this one time, my father, who is a scientist, he was
What
getting
kind of
a
scientist?
gigantic crawfish ready to boil. It was dead already. It wasn't alive, but it was this big crawfish, and I was staring at it. And he saw me staring at it. He picked it up out of the bowl and like started chasing me with it. Like, ew.
That sure was a story.
Now you know where I get it from.
Chased by a crawfish, the Jonah story.
He could tell exactly what I was thinking. That I was just horrified by this, creepy crustacean thing. So he just started chasing me with it.
How old were you? And you're like, oh, 35.
Yeah, but Sea Life was free. Anywho,
I
Nope.
don't know what I'm doing anymore.
I'm just focusing on.
Crawdads.
what day is it over there?
Oh, I found another deluxe pirate hat.
Oh.
Who's
your friend?
it?
I do.
Who else wants it?
Wow.
Wow.
Where are you at, GC?
I'm heading back to my house now.
Okay.
We're gonna need to take GC to the hospital after being thrown under the bus like that.
I got a pretty much 100.
I don't have a return scepter like those two fancy folks, so I'm gonna take a minute to get back from the island.
No problem. I'll just chop down trees anyway.
Not everyone can be as fancy as us, I'm afraid.
I mean, we're over halfway to GC getting his.
That's true. So you're going to be the final return scepter.
I may be then never get a return scepter.
That's a possibility.
The game doesn't end abruptly when you hit 100%, right? I mean, you can still.
No.
No. There are a few things that we need to do after we hit 100%. Where are you?
I'm in the house.
Oh, I was going to say you are not chopping down trees.
Oh, not my trees, no.
Anyway, here's your Canadian pirate hat.
Thank you. Oh, no. The game is... Oh, here we go. Please show it to me.
Congratulations, GC. You're now one of the Beckett's privateers.
There we go.
See, now I'm Googling where they're actually Canadian pirates.
It's just good business.
Beckett's privateers are Canadian pirates.
Yeah,
Right.
There's an entire shanty about that.
Hmm.
Yeah, John, this
entire shanty about that?
that's the big thing this year.
Pirate shanties.
The
I do
funny
love
thing is,
Kid. Go ahead, sorry.
What's that?
What's the funny thing, Game Ace?
the thing that people have been calling shanties aren't technically shanties.
What are they?
I don't know that
They're
there's
just
like
songs in a similar style, but they don't have the pull syllable. They're not a call and response.
Okay, somebody else watches Adam Neely apparently.
Look, when all this shit popped up, I did my goddamn research.
Hey, no, I'm. That's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I never
exactly. Yeah, sea shanties were technically things that there was not the captain of the ship, but like a call captain who sang a line, and it was a call and response type thing that was usually done in terms of like the chores done on the ship.
Yeah, it's rhythmic.
So it was to do in time to
Right.
like
It's like a rowing song, that kind of thing.
It was work
right,
music.
right.
Yeah.
So
The genre of work music.
So the one that's gotten really popular, those aren't technically like working songs. Those are like historical.
They're not-
Like,
during lunch or something.
They're not
Are
shanty.
you
They're
trying to
shanty.
tell me that TikTok is wrong?
every day, all
Honestly,
the
I would
time,
say,
probably almost 100% of the time.
God, what is it
Yeah,
called?
most of them that they're singing are just gonna be like tavern songs that sound sort of like
Right.
Right, like tavern song. That's a perfect term.
I know like some of those songs through Great Big Sea, but I don't think those are actually shanties. Now that you've explained it. Do you like Great Big Sea, GC?
What was that?
Do you ever listen to Great Big Sea? They're from
Great Big Sea. No, but I think...
For the skin of
No,
your
I
teeth, Rick.
Did y'all see that?
I'm gonna send you a link.
Look, it says Stoker didn't make it to bed. Stoker has made it to bed safe and sound.
Yeah, I was just doing the thing where you're rapid fire hitting accept, and then I accidentally canceled, and then
They went to bed and then left bed and then fell asleep in bed.
basically, yeah.
I got level 9 foraging.
Okay, I'm trying to
It took a while.
press the button.
Here, open that when the stream's over. You'll like it.
The one I can think of that might actually count as a shanty, but probably still isn't, is We All Live Together.
Oh, yeah, I
okay.
figured we were basically just talking about like the Weller Man because that's like the big popular one that everybody
Yeah.
talks about.
I know I've heard.
What game is that from?
It's from Warframe.
Warframe.
I already know.
Destiny 2 because they're kind of.
I know how to cook maki roll.
Yeah, they're kind of
Should.
similar.
You see?
Uh-huh.
Are you doing
I'm
it?
done. I'm checking the television tonight. Someone was just tweeting something to me. 1 second. You already know how to cook maki roll.
Okay, so I mean that the Sunday ones everybody should know, but I'm just playing the just in case game.
Just in case, yes.
Just in case face.
Yes. Don't take any chances with me. Remind me.
Okay, GC, do the thing.
GC, do the Mario.
Do the Mario.
Do the thing.
Do.
Swing your arms from side to side. Come on, it's time to go eat the Dario. I am God.
Oh,
I am God. Yes.
Why are we eating Dario Argento again? I mean, I know that Dracula movie was pretty bad, but
to absorb his power, clearly.
Are you sure you want it?
Stoker, don't you ever get the urge to eat Italian directors?
all the time.
Oh boy.
A little cannibalism is okay. If it's just a little bit, you know? I mean, come on. We've all been there.
Stoker can have a little bit of cannibalism as a treat.
I mean, everyone's had a situation where you're looking at your friend and his head slowly turns into a burger, you know?
Yeah, of course.
I
If I had
like
to
that.
up in
And
there.
you look at your leg and it's like a chicken sandwich or something, and you take a bite of it, and you're like, oh, my foot.
Did you say your foot?
Yeah, when
That
your own
reminds me
body
of,
part turns into like a piece of food when you're on deserted island.
Right. But that does remind me of that one case of legal cannibalism.
Was that which
The guy had his foot amputated and asked to have it, and him and his friends made foot fajitas.
Fajitas.
Oh no!
All right, there, Jonas.
No!
Amputated, and he's like, you guys gonna eat that?
See, that's one of those ones where I don't know if that would be a legal thing. It's like the what was the thing? That committing suicide is illegal or something. So if you successfully commit suicide, you've committed a crime. But
That's right. God.
Oh.
maybe I should drop this topic.
Go back to the heads turning into food thing.
Yeah. Cannibalism is a better topic. Cannibalism is
Great topic. Best topic.
Man, why was I thinking about cannibalism recently? All right,
In a different conversation? Not right now?
a day or two ago. It was Sweeney
Day or
Todd.
two
I remember what it
ago.
was.
Oh,
Was
yeah.
a Sweeney Todd.
Understandable.
Did you ever see the picture with Kermit as Sweeney Todd? He's like, my reach is now complete. Yeah.
It's my right arm now completing. He goes, yeah! Yes, I have seen that picture.
Anything that doesn't get better having Kermit the Frog in it.
Exactly.
It was not by my hand that I was once again given flesh.
Stoker and I once called our Wi-Fi access point the house.
Kermit the Frog. It's the Captain of the Stars, Albert Wesker. He's got the shades on, the jacket, but he's totally trustworthy, guy. He's Kermit the Frog.
Nice.
I'm trying to remember how
Hi-ho
the
there.
House
Kermit
of
singing
Screaming
Usher.
Muppets thing started.
Wasn't it there was an address on Google Maps that was there was nothing there. And we had this weird existential joke about how it's just a house full of screaming Muppets or something like that.
That sounds extremely on brand for us, so that's probably accurate.
We were trying to find a restaurant that didn't exist or something.
Yeah, it was a very weird set of directions, and it kept showing us some space on the map that just wasn't there.
Right.
Somehow determined this was the House of Screaming Muppets.
You just open the door and there's Muppet eyes that glimmer at you from the blackness. I swear to God, this is normal for us. We were
Speaker.
And they were roommates.
yes,
And they were
they were.
roommates.
it was good times.
Oh my god, there was roommates.
Oh my god. Oh my gosh. If y'all could see how many serpents just swarmed me in this cave. That is the largest number of them I've had come at me all at once yet.
And did you say catchphrase right? Or
You do always tell them to come at you, so
that's
they
what I'm
just
saying.
decided to take you seriously for once.
I just wasn't. I didn't expect so many. There were at least 8.
So what you're saying is you didn't expect the Serpent Inquisition?
Oh,
So what you're saying is that several suspicious serpents surrounded Stoker?
All right, listen. Oh, there's someone else here. Who's in here?
Yes. Me, the GC. Hello?
Oh, hello. Sorry.
I was gonna say, but I'm
Hello!
here.
Hello. I can't do it.
Hello.
Squirrel powers.
Hello!
Hello.
That's
You know
it.
what? You know, there's someone never said in a long time. Moo.
That's true.
Yeah, I gotta go with you.
That was loud.
Hello and good news, everyone.
Good news. Oh, I can't do it.
All right, hang on. I used to be able to do this spot on. Let me see if I'm still any good at it.
Are you trying to do a farm?
Good news, everyone.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Moo.
That is pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Mookie crisp.
All right,
Oh,
let's see who's on the beach.
That's a well
Today, Caroline, Alex, Pierre, and
Stairs.
Eva.
And stairs.
Oh, stairs. Man, they look so good in their bathing suit.
Stair porn.
Storm.
Rule 34, Jonas.
Eh,
I don't
They used
believe
to
it.
have a lot of body shyness, but they've taken some steps to get over it.
Stairs or something.
Oh, look at you. Look at you. That was bad. Anyway,
That was bad.
What was today's daily luck?
I didn't check. I
have
haven't
no
checked in a
idea.
good long while.
whenever I see games like this, I always think of that one in Mario 2. It's like dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, you're doing the slots.
Yeah,
I
I'm
see.
doing slots right now.
I
Oh,
wasn't
hey.
sure what Jonas was talking about for a moment.
I don't even know what I'm talking about.
Slots. It's funny. I'm also here doing the slots.
The
Oh,
slots.
the
With the
stairs
way
are
they
okay.
with the way they rework the slots, there's literally no reason not to bet 100 every time once you have enough.
Yeah, that's what
points.
Rick's doing.
Yeah.
Oh, got some veggies.
Parsnips.
I guess, yeah. Diamonds. That's the best food.
Delicious diamond.
High in carbon.
Yeah, have you ever watched Kimba the White Lion? One of the main characters in that movie, his ultimate goal was to eat a diamond.
Woo!
Yes,
Watermelons.
Kimba the White Lion. No relation to the Lion King at all.
Absolutely none.
It was a pure coinky dink.
Don't you think?
Remember this dude at early furry cons named Tim, and he had a t-shirt that had Kimba and Simba on it. It said the lion. And you could tell he really wanted people to ask him about his t-shirt.
You kind of cut out for me. The T-shirt said what?
Okay, there was at like the early conferences like 20 million years ago.
Yeah. He had a shirt and it had both Kimba and Simba.
It's
on
Simba,
it.
and it said the Lion King on it. And he really wanted everybody to ask him about his t-shirt. You could just tell, you know. Like I think he airbrushed it himself.
Honestly,
So
I
did
don't
you
get
ever
the
ask him
argument. I
about
always
it?
thought.
Wait, what?
I said, did you ever ask him about it?
No, I mean, I got it. I already knew about that. I had another friend who was big into animation. And he told me all about it. And yeah, fine, whatever. Something ripping off something else. Imagine that.
I never always got that argument because I actually thought that Kimba the White Lion had more in similarity to Dumbo than Lion King.
Stairs.
Well, I mean, TLK is derivative, but I mean, it's also pulling from Hamlet. It's pulling from Journey. You know, I mean, there's a bunch of shit that was pulling on. You know, I mean, that's Disney.
That's so Disney.
They take.
So when you say Journey,
That's
I assume you mean
Disney.
Journey to the East or Journey to the East, right?
Journey
And
to
not
No, the
West.
hero's journey.
No, Heroes
Journey to the West, and not like Don't Stop Believing.
Well, that works too. But
Don't Stop
Not 3
Believing by
melons. It must be
Journey.
good luck today.
Follows all
wow,
the
you
steps
just
of
hit
the hero's
2,000.
journey. And in this essay, I will.
I've been at like 82,000 for a while.
You're at 82,000? Wow.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Oh, hey, you know, I guess there's the Statue of Endless Fortune that we haven't bought yet.
How much does it cost?
$1 million.
Rick and all the rest of us are like, 1,000,000 chicken scratch.
Ho ho.
1,000 coin bet. So what's this? Oh, is this blackjack?
Basically, but the rules are somewhat different.
What's different about it?
So there's no rule about like the dealer like hitting until a certain number and stopping. Like they just hit until like they're either higher than you or they bust. Then like at the end you can either go double or nothing or just take your winnings.
Sounds like pretty much most gambling games.
Hit me! Hit me! Hit me!
I
Hit
want you
me!
to do it. I want you.
Still love that
Hit
scene.
me! Hit me!
Come on,
Yes,
I want you to do it. I want you to do it.
Hit me!
The way that Rick was saying it just
Ah,
sounds exactly like how Monk said it in that one episode.
Stop trying to hit me and hit me.
Also, it's not called
Stoker.
Blackjack, it's called Calico Jack.
I also
Stoker, it
automatically win
finally-
at 21, so I guess I have the
You
edge on the
okay?
house.
What finally happened to you, Taiji PC?
I am on floor 29. Oh, shoot. I just realized what time it is. I wasn't paying attention.
Also, there are cards that go above 10 and 11. So,
Somehow I thought I had that teleport rod on me. Return rod.
Yeah, you don't have it yet.
I'm laughing at that.
Soon, or later.
2
Rick's
o'clock
got
happened.
just inside his house.
Rick, you keep stepping one foot inside your house and then just face planting on your doormat.
Don't worry.
Right in front of your door.
I was
I
about
just-
to lose that round of Calico Jack, too. And then 2 o'clock happened and just forced me out of it.
I just filed.
Sir, you've stayed up too late. You
I
forfeit this
get it.
losing round. It's not something a casino would ever actually do, but
The casino's way too generous.
it used to be not as generous. He made it more generous. All right, it is Monday.
Okay.
It is Monday, my dudes.
How does this keep happening?
Nothing.
What do you about those Mondays?
I hate Madame days.
Just another manic Monday.
I like that song, Stoker.
Well, I didn't say the song was bad. It's just my cover of it that's bad.
It sounded very mocking.
Well, I'm sorry. This time.
Rick, you're just gonna leave that truffle on the ground?
I'm not picking up the truffles. I don't have. I can't make them iridium quality until I hit level 10 foraging.
Oh, right.
Oh,
well,
you're not level 10 foraging?
No, I just hit
No,
level
he just
9
hit
recently.
level 9.
Yeah, like 5 minutes ago.
That was 5
Wow,
minutes ago.
I thought everybody was full on everything at this point.
Nope. I mean, I had to really grind to get to level 10 foraging.
So where is this truffle that Rick was supposedly not picking up?
North and west.
I return.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Great to be here.
You have missed not a whole lot, actually.
They're gonna be at that for a while.
Oh, those kids.
Oh, the Jaminos.
Those teenagers.
Bet they don't.
Okay.
And it doesn't matter. We don't need to do any key quests.
Oh
I
yeah,
really
that's right.
don't.
But the billboard quests are still good for getting money. Oh.
Okay, we got 2 here. Biome balance and Gus famous omelet.
Do the omelet.
Yeah, omelet. Omelet.
It's just the easiest. I mean, you can literally go pick the eggs from one of your
Yeah.
auto harvesters right now and just turn it in.
Or you'd even go to the egg bin and get them. But yeah.
The egg bin?
The one outside my house.
Oh, you can't do it like that. It has to be harvested.
Oh, yes, that's right. You're right.
Gus will know the difference.
And how?
I mean,
Not really.
to
I
be
don't know
fair,
how.
how old are some of those eggs that he has in the bin outside his house?
Well, I mean, also to be fair, though, how many things in this game actually expire?
Oh, none.
Yeah.
So, in
Oh, you know,
conclusion, Gus is just being a picky prima donna.
And in conclusion, I get away scot-free.
This game needs a PvP mode.
What did you say, Jonas?
I said this game needs a PvP mode.
Yeah.
PvP mode.
PvP enabled Stardew Valley.
And then suddenly sniper rifles are in the game.
Exactly. just you know, I mean, spice it up with a little bit of violence.
Is that what you're craving, Jonas?
Yes.
A bloodthirsty raccoon. Or iguana, I don't know anymore.
Just like Beastars.
Yes, it's exactly like that.
What was like? He was like part wolf and like part like reptile, something or other.
Chameleon, I think it was.
Chameleon.
Was it chameleon or a dragon? Lizard dragon. I can't remember what it is.
I always thought he was part wolf and part CG.
I didn't know he was part anything other than wolf.
Spoilers.
I don't. Oh shit! Did I spoil him?
I don't know. I've never even seen Beastars.
I've seen a little bit.
Okay, everybody in chat, you need to look at this red light.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Jonas.
I'm sorry. Komodo dragon, that's what he was. Thank you, Brony.
Yes, that's right. Komodo dragon.
I could not get into the art style of Beastars. I know some people just really love it, but I'm like,
No, I'd be very honest. The manga is better than the anime. I said it's to me, the anime is not. I just can't get into the 3D animation. Honestly, it's really bad. And Lara Gilmer plays. I can't even remember the rabbit's name. What was her name again?
Haru?
Yes, she plays Haru, and I nearly flipped when I heard about that. She's the one that plays Kari from Digimon, and I was like, wow.
Nice.
Yes, and they got her to play Haru, and I was like, wow. And that was actually the reason I wanted to watch it in the first place, and it was really damn good. But like I said, I just can't get into 3D models though.
Does look a little strange.
The Legoshi
Definitely not best anime Haru.
Oh yeah, because I just find it weird that they got a whole bunch of fighting action and like mafia tigers and stuff like that. I'm just like, okay, here we go. We're going into the how should I say? It's supposed to be when you first watch the series, it's like school anime. Now they got all the mafia in there and everything. It's like your typical anime except it's furry.
There were the voice actor for Legoshi in the English dub, Jonas Scott, has done Twitch streams before, and there was one where they tried to get him to say that whole X3 noses pounces on you thing.
Oh my god!
He just got disgusted halfway through, and he was like, "No, I can't do this."
The what?
Yeah, hold on, I'll find it.
Jonas, find it and read it for us.
No.
Okay,
Come on.
Okay, so I don't want to hear it.
Peer pressure.
No, Stoker, I'm getting the bat.
I am the bat.
No, if I'm getting the other bat.
No, if I do it, everyone's gonna like.
Horny jail bat?
No, the wooden horny jail bat. Yes.
No, if I do it, everyone's gonna clip it, and I'll never live it down.
I thought that was a plastic wiffle bat.
I don't think I've ever seen it being a plastic wiffle bat.
Well, it goes bonk.
Maybe that's just me.
Bonk.
It does. There is the bonk.
That's the one from Team Fortress. Really?
Scout.
All right, I'll read it if you get 100% tonight.
I mean, there is the SFM video with the scout and the. Back off, you crazy bitch.
I saw that. That was funny. Poor.
Please give me huggy wuggies.
No.
Yes, I know. I saw
What
her.
the fuck are you saying? It's really good. If you haven't seen it, it's really funny.
I'm amused.
Good.
I'm also stabbing a ghost, so.
As one does.
I mean, yes, quite.
Okay. I gave everybody gifts, but nothing's changed.
No. Come on. No.
Oh wait, that's right.
My HP was way too low. I barely got out of there.
Oh my God,
All right.
I almost bit the
I
gas.
absolutely pulled off like a miracle save a couple days ago. Like I realized I was literally on 1 HP and I was just absolutely surrounded by those little fire volcano enemies.
Oh, them.
And somehow I managed to like within like a quarter of a second, like click on one of the food things in my inventory and hit yes, which of course grants you that quick invincibility while you're eating, so you can't die while you're eating.
Oh, it's a dwarf's birthday. I didn't
It's
even know
what?
that. It's a dwarf's birthday. I didn't even know that.
Jesus fucking Christ.
What?
Sorry, you guys are talking about Legoshi and stuff, and I was just looking at stuff about Beastars. There's 200 chapters of this thing.
Wow, I didn't know it that long.
It is very popular in Japan. And, well, I mean, that's pretty much it. Like, they actually find it very interesting over there. So, yeah, that's pretty popular.
I mean, there's some manga series that have been going since like the 80s. I can't name any of them, of course, but
I mean,
I know-
One Piece. Is One Piece the longest one ever?
I think One Piece was 90s.
Actually, I think it's Hajime no Ippo.
Is it? Okay.
It's funny you say that because I read that, but I don't think that it is. Like, are we talking about in just terms of like physical length or time length?
I mean, duration of publication, continuous publication.
All right, Wikipedia page 4, list of manga series by volume count. Number 1, 205 volumes for Dokaben.
Wow.
It's been running since 1972, and the latest was in 2018.
That's insane. That's more than me.
Gets
That
in.
actually reminds me, I need to check to see if there's a new update for Ippo.
Oh, that's
Hajime no Ippo is number 8. Actually, it's tied for number 8 at 129 volumes, and it's tied with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Wait, how long has JoJo's been around?
They're both 129 volumes, Ippo and JoJo.
JoJo's been
Wow,
around since
JoJo's-
like the late 80s, I think.
That's insane. I had no idea. I thought it was a more recent thing. Wow,
Yeah.
okay.
The anime was
Yasha
more
has.
recent. The anime was more recent-ish, but
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I
and
know
they're
there's
only
like
through.
there's like an American comic that was inspired by JoJo that was printed in like the early 90s.
No, I didn't know that.
This is all news.
It was
to me.
not a very good comic, but you know.
Yeah, Jonas, they're only through part 5 in terms of what the anime has done, but they're
Wow.
currently in part 8 on the manga.
So it's gonna
And
be-
and the current part 8 is the longest running of any of the previous parts chapter wise.
wow. It's like you don't need filler for that one. It generates. It
I
is
think
the
it's like
filler.
in chapter 102 or 3 or something.
Man, I've never really gotten into JoJo. I know of it because there was one guy who wanted to commission stuff for me based on it, so I had to like do a deep dive. But
Right.
meh.
We're really enjoying Hajime no Ippo, though. It's pretty awesome.
I know of that one. I have not actually. Taken
Oh, hello.
I used to watch Mike Tyson, but then I started reading this and I found out, hey, they actually reference real boxers in this. Got me started doing
Yes.
some homework. And I started reading it and watching it. And all these seas, I said, I really want to watch this more now. But the problem is they don't got much English episodes.
Yeah,
Huh?
there's
What do you
stuff that
mean?
just never makes it over here because
Let me see. I only really watch it on YouTube, honestly, but there's apparently like around 17 episodes.
Oh, I was gonna say I mean, I couldn't tell you exactly what chapter it is, but I mean they've got a really decent amount of content from
Oh, yes.
anime.
They do, but the problem is I don't know why. There's just not that many episodes, though, except for in Japan. But in English, no.
I prefer the sub anyway.
is there like one single long-running Pokemon manga, or is it just like separate, single stories?
There were
'Cause I know there
Is
several.
there
have
even a Pokemon manga?
There were
Yeah.
several. of them.
Pokemon.
Yeah.
right, but like it
I
didn't
think they're more
start-
broken up.
right.
But
It
it's
didn't
not
start
like-
as manga, right?
It's not like a cartoon that was based on a manga.
Well, I'm not sure. You know, I mean,
Right?
I don't know.
That's
I mean,
my
probably
question.
not, but-
There was originally the manga that was running alongside the cartoon.
right.
The best thing from the manga was the huge ancient hunter named Black Fog. He was really cool.
Huh. I miss playing Go. I should get back into that.
Okay,
I
you
got
good.
locked out of my Go account, and I haven't been able to recover it.
And Jonah, send me your friend code.
Oh God, I think I offloaded the app. I'll probably all my Pokemon are dead or whatever, starving. They probably
That is not how that works in Pokemon Go. But
I don't think this is
okay.
Neopets.
I was about to say, Jonas, what
This
about
is
your
not
Neo-
Tamagotchi.
somehow, even though it's not a mechanic, they're also now dead. Okay, what is going on here? I don't trust that.
I feel bad. I have only had 2 Neopets in my entire lifetime, and I abandoned both of them.
Neopets I played way back in high school when I first touched the internet. And I think it was that Shiryu, the dragon. That was the only pet I had. And now I'm sad. I don't know where he's at.
I had a loop. I remember that. It was yellow.
I got the bat one.
I had a Bori, I think.
One thing I remember that was very comical. The reason I also liked about Neopets was that they had an arena in it. Give your Shiryu a sword and shield and slay other pets, and they live somehow? And I'm saying, what?
I had a friend who wrote like Honesty Neopets fan fiction, and like she took the characters from it. She took the characters from it and then turned them into their own original, actual like non-Neopet species furry characters.
We've talked about how Neopets was heavily furry bait, right?
Yeah, it was briefly discussed in the Discord chat.
I don't know what you're
Because
furry
Ray
bait?
posted
It
a
was a
picture
furry
and was like, "Are
petri
you
dish."
kidding me?"
Oh, jeez, that
Ray
was
posted that one picture and was like, "Furry? Are
Canon
you
art
kidding me?"
that's not really Neopets, it's furry Neopets.
Say it isn't so.
Neopets was like at the time, for me, it's just Pokemon Online, but with all sorts of weird things you could do in it, like what was it, treasure hunting, fighting other people's pets. It had a lot of mechanics for an online Pokemon game, I should say. As I like to put it.
Go to a
Was
new page,
Neopets the first
some
gacha
things
game?
happened at the top.
I think it was a first.
Is it even a gacha game, really?
No,
I mean, apparently that argument could be made, or else he wouldn't say that.
No, it's not. I'm trying to remember how it worked, but you basically create your own Neopet, I believe. I have to double check.
Oh yeah, because it's not that you like get a bunch of Neopets. You have a small clique of them that you care for.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Monster Rancher. Now that you mention it. But it just looks like Pokemon because that's pretty much the design that you first think of when you see them, is Pokemon.
That was conscious, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I just always thought it was funny that they got the Neopets themselves got so heavily anthropomorphized that they started they started giving them their own pets and called them pets.
Yeah.
Yep.
Didn't that happen with Pokemon also, though? Like the latest generations are like muscle bound, you know, like Incineroar kind of, you know what I mean?
I don't know what you're talking about, Jonas. Nobody has ever made
to the
those.
first gen, there was a choke.
Hey,
It's like, that's just a big buff guy. In the
God.
Speedo.
just because I call my Littens Maxwell doesn't mean I like them as big buff kitties.
Don't lie to yourself, JC.
Yay, fire type high five.
It's funny you guys are talking about like the firefighting types because
It totally became a thing for some reason, didn't it?
no, I know, but it's like as like being furry bait or something because it's actually Blaziken made me feel things when I was a young teenager.
Nice.
See, I was gonna say Blaziken was like the first one that started the whole firefighting starter third evolution thing. But
Oh, that one. I haven't caught one of these, but I can see it. I can see it definitely. Guys, got that kind of flame drum monster.
Cyndaquil's Or, well, what's the last one of that?
Typhlosion.
Typhlosion. Yeah,
Oh, Typhus.
he's way more anthropomorphized than he really needed
I
to
mean,
be.
Rick Chindy? Rick Chindy?
Yeah, I was gonna say that's what Chindy is.
Yeah.
When I first got a fur, I named it Oh Hi Rick.
Oh,
I remember when Rick had a furret as an avatar, and I said, I gotta capture a furret, name it Rick. Then I didn't even pay attention, it was a girl.
that still could be very canon. I'm just saying.
I know.
Very
I
valid.
know. And I was like, whew, shoot, he's a shapeshifter. Good, thank God.
Have you done any like Shindy and Furret like training pics, Rick?
Training tech.
What?
Training pics,
Like they're doing Pokemon training, the two of them.
Yes.
I was gonna say, like, when you say training,
Stoker thinking of the episode with this little sand shrews and all the like leather harnesses.
See that one?
is that a real thing?
1 second.
Dude.
Oh boy.
It's Japan. You know they're
As if Stoker needed another
Of
reason.
course
to
they
keep
have weird
going
stuff.
tonight.
You not know the one band episode?
Yes.
Might be more than
yes.
one,
The
but
one where James
seizures.
basically dresses drag or
Oh.
whatever.
Right.
Oh, that
he doesn't dress in jag. He just has boobs.
yeah. I remember that.
Dobon Hungalos?
And it's not that it's like stuffing a bra or something. No, you see he has cleavage.
Yeah.
He just has like B cups for some reason.
Huge Hungaros.
was the
Okay, that-
episode.
That one with the Rattatas. Oh my god.
What?
In channel. Or was it Rattata? I'm pretty sure that's what that thing's called. Yeah. The Rattatas
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
Were they working out? Is that what it was?
Yes, it was quote intense training or something.
Oh, sure it was.
Look at this in a minute. When I'm not fighting for my life.
Yeah,
We've got
same,
one more
but totally
shot.
different.
Wednesday's coming.
Yes.
Pray to the shrine of what's his name again? The purple thing.
Yoba? Oh. What purple? Oh.
The purple thing on the pedestal that Rick installed in his head.
Bobo.
Bubba. Pray to Bubba. Let him be your graven image. Swear to me. Yeah. Your unspeakable God of Stardew Valley.
But Jonas, you spoke of him.
I did.
Oh no.
You can't prove
The
it.
god is not unspeakable. He talks to me all the time. I hear his voice every day.
Kill them. Kill them all.
Hi, Joja-Cola.
No, I'll give you a pony to kill them all.
You're like, I
Fashionable
cannot
modern
be
end
bought.
table has the shape of an extremely easy to draw box.
If you get them to 14 hearts and then kill them, you get a secret 15th heart scene. Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
That's the real way to screw with players. You tell them there's secret content if they do evil stuff, and they're just like, but I have to know.
God, it's true.
We're all curious cats. We gotta
I mean,
know.
that's basically the premise of Undertale right there, isn't it? Or at least part of it.
God.
Yeah. They're like, hey, you can like do this stuff, and then there will be different interactions.
And then
People are like, oh, I have to.
calls out the people who try and watch it later without
I
doing
was
it
about to
themselves.
say, like, that was the thing that got me, was when they called out the people who didn't have the guts to do it themselves but watched someone else do it.
That reminds me. Let me see what the dev progress on Deltarune is.
While your back was turned, it's completely finished.
I mean, I'd believe it. Let's see.
When Toby is done with this thing, he's probably going to drop it with no warning.
I mean,
Toby says,
I mean, that's probably the way
That's what
things
he
are
did
going to go. I think a lot of
chapter
people
one,
are
right?
just. Yeah, it's just chapter 1 right now. People are a lot more wary about sort of game announcements and stuff.
well, yeah, because I mean,
That's
you see what
he
people
did
like.
with chapter 1, wasn't it? That he just dropped it out of nowhere.
Yes.
Kinda, yeah.
he says it's going well. He did a big toilet sprite.
Yes.
Oh, that was a long time ago.
Well, I mean, that was November. That was 2 months ago.
Yes, that was a decade ago, Jonas.
All right.
What are you talking about? It was only a couple weeks ago. It's still March 2020.
Oh, shut up.
He doesn't even have to finish his sentence.
God, what a
Good going. You broke Jonas. Now I'm gonna have to check and see if he's still under warranty.
yeah. That was a good decade last year.
God, so true. Except for the good part.
Yeah. You believe that in what about a month it will be
Okay.
your anniversary.
All
Of-
right,
of-
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Oh, which time?
Let's just go to back.
Which time?
Shit, kitty.
Look at all them truffles.
I was just gonna bat. I was like, is that a shark fin?
Yes, she's a cat with a shark fin.
I don't know, man.
All right, moment of truth.
Triple green magic.
Recipe.
Oh, come on.
By the way,
Lucky
it is-
lunch.
Lucky lunch.
it is getting
Garbage.
close to midnight.
All right. That is a no. We're not completing it tonight.
Yeah.
Congratulations to everybody who voted how I told you, which was correctly.
There is something I am wondering.
Hey, I had faith in us.
I didn't.
Why was that so
Check.
funny, Stoker?
Let me check something real quick.
But
Oh,
because
like
what you
the game.
said, what you said was congratulations to everyone who voted the way I told you, which was correctly.
Yeah, because it
Okay, it's the
was.
same.
Oh well.
As long as we didn't completely waste our time when we could have avoided it. But
GC, you better be learning this recipe.
Tyler, but you have to learn it next time too.
Yes,
All right.
yes, you are.
Be sure to learn it and learn it again and again and again and again, my friend.
All right. Well, from the great 8 who have all made it tonight, we thank you for coming.
We salute you.
It was a blast.
Happy
25 totals on the trade, but that's okay. I had fun.
Sonic 3. Whoa, I just looked in the channel and saw the outfits y'all were talking about on the yeah, that looks super innocent.
Yeah, extremely.
They're exhausted.
y'all.
Buddy. All right.
All right. Have a good night.
You have yourselves a good night.
Good night,
Oh
everybody.
yeah, so read the comic.
Happy
3
Friday.
minutes.
Oh yeah, read the comic.
Read the comics.
Read House
yes.
Pets.
Read House Pets.
All right.
Read
bye-bye.
House Pets. Read Nathan Penny if you're old enough. Bye.
Yeah. Good night.
Good night.